Benedictine Ravens on their home court. Peru State is now 6-3 in the season. For the season, 1-0 in the conference. The crowd's moving in here to with their activity center. We're facing the court. The Peru State bleachers on the north side of the court here. Behind us, the Benedictine crowd. The Evangel crowd. But we'll be back with play-by-play and after this break on B103 Sports.
Remember what happened last year? You traveled 50 miles to Christmas shop, spent time and gas, and couldn't get anyone to wait on you. This year, look for Christmas gifts at Martin Jewelry, right here in Nebraska City. Martin's has gifts for everyone, including the popular chocolate and black diamonds. Martin Jewelry will meet or beat big city prices on diamond and gold jewelry, and if you can't find what you want, they'll order it. Register to win a ladies' and man's watch. Remember, Martin's does in-store jewelry repair, and they buy gold. Martin Jewelry and Gifts, Nebraska City.
Back to more Bobcat basketball on today's best country, B103.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Peru, Nebraska. This is Daryl Obermeyer, color commentator for Peru State basketball this afternoon. And I'd like to introduce Mason Pelchat, who's play-by-play for this afternoon for the Bobcats. Mason is new to B103 and is an alumni of Johnson Brock High School, where he played some basketball.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not too much. Well, I'm not playing at the college level for sure. So, I'm sure some of these guys have a lot more talent than I. And if the men's game turns out half as good as the women's game ended, we're in for quite a show today.
Oh, that women's game was exciting. For those of you that missed it, Peru State came out 4-0 lead for the Lady Bobcats, or Bobcat women as we should call them. And but fell behind by as many as at least 22 points early in the second half and came back and pulled within 5 before the end of the game.
Yeah, ended up 79-71 was the final score of the women's game. Men looking for a win here against Evangel. The men are 6-3, on the season after a big win Thursday night against the nationally ranked Benedictine team down in Kansas. And today, Evangel, number 20, I believe, in the nation. And nothing better than a big home win after a long stretch of being on the road. They've had the last 8 games on the road. That's a huge road trip. So being able to come home and have your own fans, especially during a conference game such as this, looking to go 2-0 on the conference, that's a huge thing for Peru State today.
Well, and 2 of those away games were exhibition games against NCAA Division II schools. So Peru's had a tough
It just makes it even
schedule.
harder, yeah, for sure.
And then also something really big about today's game is that Peru State has never defeated Evangel. Evangel is 7-0 against the Bobcats.
7-0 since they entered the Heartland Athletic Conference, correct?
And last year Evangel won big on their home court, 94-67 against Peru State. When Peru hosted the Crusaders, the game a little closer, 74-65 victory for Evangel. And in Evangel's next game, they're going to go back home again. They've had a lot of home games this year, and they'll be back home against the College of the Ozarks in their competition as they play a non-conference game.
Evangel, a tall squad, a young squad. They only have 3 seniors on their team, but the height and the play, they're 20th in the nation, so, those 3 seniors must show some leadership, and those upperclassmen must step it up. Underclassmen, pardon.
Yeah, and Evangel, though, also has the history. When you're a winning program, then you expect to win. In 2002, Evangel defeated Robert Morris for the NAIA title game, so they do have a national championship under their belts as well. It's a team that expects to win their games.
Yeah, 4:20 left here in warm-ups. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Peru State Basketball on B103.
How many times are your kids asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? No matter what the answer, a college education will likely play a big part. Statistics show that children who grow up with savings accounts are 6 times more likely to attend college. At Arbor Bank, we offer starter savings accounts for kids under the age of 20. Savings accounts are a great way to get them headed down the right path. It's never too early to start saving for the future at Arbor Bank. Arbor Bank, helping you grow. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
As a Nebraska child welfare caseworker, I see children in situations you can't even imagine when they can't stay with their relatives. Law enforcement or their courts place them in our custody and we find them a loving foster home. If you would like to help children, especially teens, as a foster parent, call 1-800-7PARENT. That's 1-800-772-7368.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to more Bobcat basketball on today's Best Country, B103.
Welcome back to the Avila Activity Center here in Peru, Nebraska. Game 2 of today's doubleheader. The Evangel Crusaders coming to Peru to play the Peru State Bobcats. And the Peru State men's team coming off a long road stretch. 2 exhibition games in there, but then a big win last Thursday night at Atchison, 69-64. They're 1-0 in conference play starting out here. They really like to go 2-0. What do they need to do to get done? Do they need to keep the ball?
Well, Evangel, like I said, Evangel comes into games and they expect to win games, but Peru State has some transfers in. Jamar Cannon, who is second in the nation in the assist turnover ratio. He's number 6 in the nation in NAI in total 3 points made and 3 points per game. Philip Jackson is number 19 in the nation in total blocks. Sean McGreary is number 21 in total steals. Philip Jackson ranks 23 in blocks per game. I mean, there's a lot of great stats for this Peru State team. So I think all they have to do to win today is just keep playing like they've been playing.
Yeah, and the Bobcats, as you mentioned, they've been getting nearly 10 to 11 steals per game. That's huge, getting that turnover, getting the points off those turnovers, as well as outscoring their opponents in both halves by nearly 40 points in every game they've played so far, except for the exhibition games.
Right.
But, I mean, they're averaging, you look at their scores, their wins, 82, 85, 107. They can shoot the basketball. It'll be playing defense, I believe, against this tough Evangel team today. Number 20th Evangel, they'll have to step up and play defense. They can score the ball, but can they defend it?
Well, and it's a new era here in men's basketball at Peru State. Eric Behrens coming to Peru State from Omaha Central High School, a storied program in the Metro Conference. Graduate assistant C.J. Killen, he's new this year. Brandon Magruder, Beck Cruikshank, I believe you say it, also a new assistant coach. Derek Woods helping us also from the student level. It's a new era here at Peru State, and we've really seen some victories this season that have really done a lot to bring this program here at Peru State. We're going to take a break here on B103 Sports.
You might think they just fix and sell tires at Douglas Tire, but wait, there's more. They also rotate your tires and do an alignment, but wait, there's more. At Douglas Tire, you can get your oil changed, brakes repaired, belts checked, and get a tune-up. And that's not all. Need transmission work? Starter giving you trouble? Bring your vehicle to Douglas Tire. Need a cup of coffee while you wait? You know where to go. Douglas Tire, 1315 Central Avenue, Nebraska City.
Download the free B103 app in the iTunes Store or Google Play to listen to live coverage of the Peru State Bobcats.
Welcome back to Peru State College. Home of Game 2 of today's doubleheader. We're going to announce starters now for both teams. First for the Evangel Crusaders, we have number 10, Nick Yoakum, sophomore guard from Republic, Missouri. Number 20, Scott Blakesley, sophomore guard forward, 6'7" from Springfield, Missouri. Number 21, Josh Bernick, senior center, 6'8" from Wyoming, Michigan. Number 24, Brody Wingert, senior guard from Springfield, Missouri. And number 34, Corey Tillery, senior forward from Springfield, Missouri. The head coach of the Crusaders is Steve Jenkins, assisted by Steve Gauss and Mitch McHenry. And for the home team, the Peru State basketball Bobcats, number 0, Calvin Thomas, the junior guard from Chicago, Illinois, transfer from Central Community College. Number 3, Sean McGarry, senior guard from Omaha, Nebraska. Number 11, Corday Sims, the junior guard from Chicago, Illinois. Number 24, Philip Jackson, senior center from Chicago, Illinois. And rounding out the lineup will be number 32, Jamar Cannon, the junior guard from Inglewood, California. Head coach today for the Bobcats is Eric Behrens, his first year, and graduate assistant C.J. Killen, his first year as well. Assistant coaches for the Bobcats, Brandon McGruder, his first year, and Ben Cruikshank, their first year as well. So you get a young coaching staff, but a seemingly successful one early on in the season.
Yeah, it's really been an exciting season for the Peru State men's basketball team, and you can tell as they're having their huddle out on the court that they're having a fun season. They're really enjoying this season, right? Right. It's a fired up team underneath the basket.
A lot of fun, a lot of excitement here in the AWAC.
Yeah.
As we get ready for tip-off here.
Yeah, a nice crowd for a Saturday afternoon basketball game. A nice crowd of Peru State across the court from us. Evangel brought a pretty good crowd behind us coming from Springfield, Missouri.
Making the long trip up here. Get set for tip-off here. Evangel in maroon jerseys. Peru State in white. Jumping today for the Peru State Bobcats will be number 24, Philip Jackson. And for the Crusaders, Scott Blakesley. Tip in the middle. Crusaders get the tip. And it'll be Nick Yoakum dribbling down the floor. Past the Wiggert on the right side. Wiggert to Yoakum again. Yoakum dribbling up top of the key to Tillery. Tillery to the top. Verse it around to Wiggert. Wiggert in the middle. Tillery. Tillery back to Wingert. Wingert, huge, long three. Rebound Tillery. Tillery put back, no good. Gets his own board. Kicks it out to Yoakum. Yoakum around to the corner. And cross-court pass to Vernick. Vernick with the basket off the glass in the low block. Be 2-0 lead Evangel early on. Peru State dribbling the ball down the floor. Cannon with the ball. Cannon passes out to Corday Sims. Sims with a long three misses, gets his own rebound. Thomas getting the pass from Sims. Long three again, missing off the back iron. Evangel with the rebound, and there'll be a foul, a reach in. Corday Sims called for the foul. Peru State in full court pressure.
Kind of a surprise in basketball this afternoon. Marion, Indiana is leading Morningside of Iowa right now, 41-21 in the semifinals.
And after the development, Tillery able to post up on the low block, get a turnaround, banked off the glass for good. 4-0 lead for Evangel here. 18:38 left to play. McGarry dribbling down the left side, gets trapped in the corner, bounces off Tillery. And it'll go out of bounds off of Evangel. Peru State ball. Peru State will get it on the baseline. Thomas set to send it out. Pass in to Jackson in the corner. Jackson gets to the top of the key to McGarry. McGarry back down to Thomas. Thomas near side, outside three-point line. Dribbles up to the top of the key. Passes to Cannon. Cannon to McGarry on the right side. McGarry to Jackson on the right side. Dribbles into the left. Misses the layup. Rebound Yoakum. Yoakum dribbling up the court. Winger at the top of the key now with the basketball. Waiting for Yoakum. Yoakum cuts to the near side. Passes it underneath to Blakesley. Blakesley pass turned over. McGarry dribbling all the way down. And fast break layup by McGarry. 4-2. Evangel lead. 17:50 left to play here in the first half. Evangel breaking the press easily. A break. Pass down to Blakesley on the block. Yeah, and that's a good basket from Blakesley. 6-2. Cannon with the ball at the top of the key. Cannon trapped on the hedge off the screen. Passes it over to Thomas. Screen for Thomas. Thomas going to the right side. Dribbles left. Goes to the left corner. Throws it away. 3 Peru State men there. All of them thought the ball was going to the other one. That'll be a turnover on Thomas. And we're going to have a quick timeout. Looks like it's just going to be a 30-second timeout. 17:21 left to play here in the first half. Evangel 6, Peru State 2. And That pass just looked like it was, there were 3 people there.
Yeah,
everyone
right.
just kind of stared at each other.
Yeah, I kind of looked at the other one. I think everybody thought the other person was going to get the ball. In women's basketball, Graceland defeated Missouri Valley 60-55 in the HAC conference this afternoon.
A lot of conference play today.
Yeah, Saturday and Thursday is a typical day for the HAC to play
basketball. A lot
of
interesting games.
Yeah.
A lot of good games here in the HAC conference. As Evangel comes out of timeout with the ball. Yoakum passes it to Winger. Winger at the top to Tillery. Tillery back to Winger. Winger looking to drive on the left side. Stops. Passes it back out to Yoakum. Yoakum at the top. Passes it back to Winger on the left side. Winger reversing around the Yoakum. Yoakum in the corner. No good. Winger forces the ball out. Tillery gets the rebound. Tillery battling in there with McGarry. And McGarry going to get called for the foul.
Yeah,
Calvin Thomas with the foul.
Yeah, Benedictine leads Avila just a bit early in the men's game. Benedictine proved defeated earlier this week, and Avila's next week's opponent.
Evangela inbounding the ball. Pass deflected, but Winger able to get the ball at the top of the key. Drives in, passes it, dumps it off to Varenk. Varenk misses, and Tillery looking to drive in, bodying up in the post, and travels. Traveling violation, turns the ball over to Peru State. Peru State will inbound the ball here. Jeff Neverson in for the Bobcats. Neverson with the ball at the top of the key. Waiting for the Bobcats to move here. McGarry gets it past the right side. Back to Neverson at the top. Neverson over to Sims. In the near, outside the three-point line. Sets up at the top of the key. Passes it to Deshaun Roberts, newcomer in the game. Passes it into Philip Jackson in the post. Turnaround jumper, no good. And good effort there by Roberts. Trying to get the ball, but he travels over the timeline. It'll be over and back by Peru.
Yeah,
despite
right.
the hustle play.
Yeah, Evangel's 3 for 6 in field goals so far this game. Peru State just 1 for 3.
6-2, Evangel leads here. 16 minutes left to play in the first half. Yoakum with the ball at the far side, over to Winger. Winger trying to get it in to Varenk. Varenk battling in the post. And he'll get a foul called. Philip Jackson will get called for the foul, battling down there in the post with Varenk.
Yeah, Philip Jackson is a senior formerly he went to Fresno Pacific College from Chicago, Illinois, before stopping here at Peru State.
Varenk will go out. Billy Thompson will come in. And Thompson, quick to get called. Without a second going off the clock, comes in, gets called on a foul right away, a push. Offensive foul for Evangel. Turns the ball over, Peru State ball. As McGarry brings it across the timeline. He sets up at the right side of the key. Passes it over to Sims. Sims shot up, no good. Rebound. Neverson went up for the rebound. They're going to say it tipped out on him. Yeah, it'll be Evangel ball. Thompson inbounding to Yoakum. Yoakum to Winger. Winger on the left side, looking across. Winger pass back to Blakesley. Blakesley to Yoakum on the near side. Cross-court pass to Winger. Thompson out to Tillery. Tillery outside. No good. Tried for a putback there for Blakesley. No good. Sims gets the ball. Pass is deflected. Yoakum ends up with the basketball. Comes down on the far side for Evangel. And Blakesley with a long two-point shot. 3 Bobcats there battling over the rebound. Sims comes down with it and passes it off to Neverson. Neverson at the top of the key now. Over to Roberts. Roberts dribbles to the top of the key. Sims passes down to McGarry. McGarry at far side. Passes it to Jackson. Jackson shot no good. Winger with the rebound. Passes out to Yoakum. Yoakum passes up the floor to Thompson on the far side. Thompson looking to drive. Hands it off to Blakesley. Blakesley to Winger. Winger back to Thompson right at the free throw line. Shot no good. Board Neverson. Neverson Push up to McGarry. McGarry pushing up the floor. Sims up. No good. Pardon me, good. Rattled in there. 6-4 here. Peru State down 2. 14-15 left to play here in the first half. Thompson dribbling the ball. Gets trapped in the corner right after past half line. Blakely trying to dish it off underneath to Tillery. And it's picked off by Sims. Sims passing up to McGarry. McGarry drives, spin in the middle of the lane. Floater good. And McGarry ties it up 6-6 here. 13:55 left to play here in the first half. It'll be a 30-second timeout for Evangel. What a turnaround on the defensive side. Gave up a couple quick buckets to Evangel and has since stopped them and scored some goals of their own.
Yeah, Peru State trailed 6-2 and seem to be having a little trouble, but have come back now, tied the game at 6-6. And it's the Peru State we expected to see this afternoon. We talked a little bit in the pregame that this could be a defensive battle based on some of the stats we'd seen earlier, and we're already 6 minutes into the game almost, and only 12 points total scored. So
the biggest difference I've seen is Peru State early on shot a lot of 3 balls.
Right.
They weren't falling. They're driving inside now. They're getting in the paint. They're getting buckets. And that's really what's helped them. The offensive side helped the defensive side. The defensive side helps the offensive side. Evangel inbounds. Peru State in a full court press. And Evangel breaks the press. Newcomer for Evangel, number 13, Richard Chapman. Richard Chapman gets the ball at the post after the press break. Goes up, makes it off the glass. Grant Leslie with the foul. Newcomer for Peru State. And it'll be an old-fashioned three-point play as it goes from 9-6 here.
What was the call there? They stopped play. The official stopped play, but I don't see why they...
The official stopped play because the scoreboard was incorrect.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's still at 6-6.
Oh, they gave Peru State three points. That's the way to go. Is that what you call getting homered?
That's the home advantage, home court advantage. Chapman made the layup and the free throw, and they gave the points to Peru.
I see. Okay. So actually 9-6. They've got it fixed now. 9-6 Evangel.
Got it fixed now. 13:38 left to play in the first half. Peru State inbounds the ball. Roberts dribbling up past the timeline. He's up, dribbling to the right side of the arc. Passes down to Aromana. And Aromana driving in, fouled, and the floater goes. Floater goes, so he'll have his own chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. He'll go to the line for one.
Now, Richard Chapman for Evangel looks like he must have broken his nose maybe earlier in the season, wearing a guard across quite a bit of his face.
Chapman wearing a clear mask on his face in the game, coming off the bench. Free throw missed there, so it's 9-8. Chapman getting the ball, passes it back out to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer passing it down into the paint for Vernick. Vernick getting the bucket, sends the lead to 3, 11-8, 13:02 left in the game. Peru State dribbling down, pass deflected by Evangel, out of bounds.
Yeah, Evangel now 4 for 10 on field goal percentage, 3 for 8 for Peru State.
Romano with the ball at the top of the key, passes it over to Roberts. Leslie getting the ball down in the post. Leslie can't keep a hold of it.
Yeah, Grant Leslie, a sophomore from just down the road at Auburn High School. I watched Grant play a lot of basketball at Auburn the last few years. A sophomore now here at Peru State. He's 6'8", giving some height to this Bobcat team.
Adding a couple inches to his hair on top of his head.
That's right.
Long hair. Wasn't able to control the ball down in the post. Evangel gets the ball out of bounds. They inbound it. Looks like a pass from Beckmeyer. And we're going to have a foul here. A reach-in foul on number 32, Jamar Cannon. Beckmeyer back in. Gets the ball, passes it up to Geiger. Geiger in the corner, three-point attempt, no good. Aromana with the rebound. And dribbling up the floor. Cannon. And Cannon, hard bounce pass through the lane. Trying to squeeze something in there, no good. Vernick with the steal. Pass it up the floor to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer dribbling around. Pass it to Tillery. Tillery up the right side of the block. Yeah, the shot attempt no good. Body with a foul on Jamar Cannon. That'll be his second foul here. With 12:16 left to play in the first half. Peru 8, Evangel 11. Tillery at the line for 2. Misses the first off the front iron. Tillery with his second shot attempt. Second free throw is good. Extend the lead to 4 here. 12-8 in favor of Evangel. Sean Roberts dribbling up the floor, far side. Over to Romana. Romana to Leslie at the top of the key. Back to Roberts. Roberts dribbling on the right side. Passes it out to Neverson. Neverson over to Sims. Thomas. Back to Thomas. Thomas on the far sideline. Pass it over to Neverson. Neverson with a long three-point attempt. No good. Beckmeyer dribbling up the court after the rebound. Chapman gets the pass to the far side. Evangel's going to kick it out to Geiger. Set up an offense. Chapman dribbling in the lane. Tries to pass. Leslie deflects it. Romano with the steal. Going into the lane. Goes into 2 people. Misses it. Leslie with the rebound. And he gets the basket. Now 12-10. 11-20 left to play here in the first half. Peru in a full court press. Chapman gets it. Pass it back to Tillery. Tillery bounce pass to Geiger. Geiger out to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer at the top. He's going to pass it to Geiger. Geiger dribbling on the left side. Almost loses control of it. Pass out to Chapman. Chapman to Tillery. Tillery to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer dishes it in. Dishes it in to Vernick. Vernick lost it. Thomas comes up with it. Thomas dribbling in the middle. And it's going to be a blocking call. Number 14, that's Dylan Beckmeyer with the block. One thing I didn't notice, Daryl, maybe you did, there's been 9 fouls called already. We're not even halfway through the first half, and there's been 9 fouls called, 6 of them against Peru.
Yeah, this is the way the women's game started out as well. Just a lot of fouls to start the game, and that kind of stretches out the length of the game, but it does give them a chance to stop and take a breather. This has been a very fast-paced basketball game.
Very fast-paced. As Peru State looking to inbound the ball. Gets really close to a 5-second violation. As Jarrell Williams in now for the Bobcats. Pass it to Romana. Romana jumper at the elbow. No good. Yoakum with the rebound. Yoakum passes it up the floor to Geiger. Geiger on the right side. He tries to pass it to Marcus Miller, I think, is who it was intended for. It was 7 feet away from Miller, but Miller was the only Evangel Crusader there. And Romano with the board. The steal, pass it up the floor to Sims. Sims' three-point attempt, no good. As Marcus Miller, number 42 for Evangel, pass gets stolen. They're going to get it up the floor to Corday Sims. Sims passing it over to McGarry, and McGarry travels on the Peru State side. That'll be a turnover after the traveling violation. Evangel with the ball. 12-10 here. 10:03 left to play in the first half. Evangel leads by 2. Tillery passes it in to Yoakum. Yoakum dribbling, passes it up to Winger. Winger looks to drive, stops at the top of the key, passes it over to Miller. Miller on the far side, outside three-point, passes it to Yoakum at the top. Yoakum swings it to Winger in the corner. Winger tries a hard pass to Tillery. Bounces off Tillery's hands. And the officials are going to get together to see who it was out on. And they're going to say it was...
Yeah, B. Evangel's ball out, I believe.
Yep, they're going to say it was tipped out of bounds. After the hard pass to Tillery that he couldn't handle, Peru State must have tipped it. And it'll be Evangel ball. Yoakum looking to pass it in. He's going to throw it up high to Miller. Miller passing it to Winger. Winger driving on the right side. He's going to try and bounce pass in the lane to Chapman. And almost stolen there by Corday Sims from Peru State. He wasn't able to hold on with it. Ball bounces out of bounds. It'll be a Vengeful ball still. 13 on the shot clock. Yoakum looking to pass it in out of bounds. Chapman gets on the far side. Pass it around to Yoakum. Yoakum on the other corner. 3-point attempt is good. Yoakum with a big three in the corner. Peru State going to bring the ball up. We're going to have Jackson post him up. Spin move. No good. Too strong on the board. Winger coast to coast coming down, and he's going to make it in the middle of the lane between two Peru State defenders. That's Sims driving. Sims driving to the left side. He's going to go up for a layup. Miss it. No good. Just short on the rim.
Yeah, Peru State just 5 for 13 in field goals in this game.
Yoakum gets a board. Pass it over to Chapman. Big three. And a rebound. Thomas. Three no good for Chapman. Chapman coming down. Big pass from Thomas to Jackson up the floor. And Chapman hustling back on defense. Able to poke that ball out. Give his Crusaders a chance to set up on the defensive end. In for the Bobcats here. Deshaun Roberts, junior out of Omaha, coming in for the Bobcats. Passed into Sims. Sims dribbling left. Passes it down to the bottom of the Thomas. Thomas in the corner. Dribbling out to the top. Cross-court pass to McGarry. McGarry on the far side. Driving into the middle of the lane. Stops short. Tries to pass it out. Tipped. And Deshaun Roberts, newcomer into the game, gets the tip pass. Spin move into the middle of the lane. And basket's good. The floater in the middle.
Yeah, Hastings defeated Briarcliff 61-52 in women's basketball today. Concordia defeated Dordt 80-58.
And Evangel breaking the press with ease, but missing a layup. And a good pass there. Two passes over to Jackson. Jackson missed the first layup. Jackson missed the first layup. Got his own rebound. Made the second one. And we're going to have a called delay of game warning on Phillip Jackson for the Bobcats. You make a basket, you just got to leave the basketball.
That's right. I guess he held the basketball for a minute after the basket, and they're calling delay of game on him. Of course, it's not like in football where it's a 5-yard penalty, so.
No. But if it happens again, it's a technical foul.
Yeah.
If Jackson does it again, it's a technical foul, which could change.
Right, change again, big
things.
time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Evangel breaking the press. Yoakum dribbling it up. Pass in the corner. Pass back to Yoakum. Pass to Winger on the wing. 3-point attempt, no good. Deshaun Roberts driving in. Snakes between two Crusaders. Gets the layup. And Peru State with all the momentum right now. And Evangel will take a 30-second timeout. We will too. Your score 17-16 in favor of Evangel. 7:29 left to play. You're listening to Peru State basketball on B103.
Are you or someone you care for downsizing or moving to town but need affordable housing? Prairie Hill Senior Townhomes in Syracuse could be your home. 2-bed, 1-bath, covered porch, and attached garage all on one level. Appliances including stackable washer dryer provided. Best of all, maintenance, lawn care, and snow removal are done for you. Ask about 19 and up 1-bid housing at Westview Manor Apartments. Contact Syracuse Housing Authority for income qualifications. They offer an equal housing opportunity.
Follow B103 on Facebook and Twitter for live scores and more coverage of the Peru State Bobcats.
Welcome back to our Wheeler Activity Center. Home of Peru State basketball today. Evangel leads by 1 here. 7:24 left to play in college basketball. Evangel inbounds the ball. Chapman a winger to Yoakum in the corner. Chapman sliding into the paint. Yoakum hits him up for a pass. And Chapman able to get the 2 points off the board. Peru State dribbling it up now. Deshaun Roberts passing in the corner. Corday Sims hits a 3-pointer in the far side. And now it's 19 all. 6:50 left to play here. Evangel working at breaking Peru State's full court press. Winger driving in the middle of the lane. Puts it up. Basket good.
Yeah, that was Peru State's first successful three-pointer of the game off 4 attempts so far.
Yeah, and Peru State coming up, and we're going to have an offensive foul. It looks like Deshaun Roberts pushed off there. Offensive foul on him. That'll be his first, the 7th team foul on Peru.
Yeah, Deshaun Roberts comes to Peru State via Pratt Community College in Pratt, Kansas.
Evangel will take it out of bounds. Winger getting trapped in the corner. McGarry able to get the steal coming up the court. McGarry had a fellow Bobcat Thomas wide open in the block, took it in himself, missed the layup. Evangel gets the ball back on the missed layup. Winger at the top of the key. Passes it into Tillery. Tillery back out to Winger. Winger tries to pass it. Stolen away by Neverson. Neverson driving in. Bounce pass over to Roberts. Roberts gets fouled on the way up, and basket good.
Yeah, Peru State has a chance to take a lead right now.
Peru State has a chance of taking the first lead of the day. Tied up 21-21. 6:03 left here to play in the first half. One free throw here for Deshaun Roberts.
Yeah, Philip Jackson back onto the court for Peru State, as is Jamar Cannon.
Jackson, scoring 6 points so far today. Having a good day. Roberts free throw up, and it's good. Just like that, Peru State takes the first lead of the day, 22-21. And Evangel having trouble with the press break. Turns it over. Tillery turns it over. Thomas able to get the steal. Thomas gets fouled by number 14, Dylan Beckmeyer. Peru State will take it out of bounds. It'll be Thomas passing it in.
Peru State has 6 players scored so far this afternoon.
Passing it in to Cannon. Over to Jackson. Into Jackson. Jackson tries to do a spin move. Gets called for a traveling violation down at the block, posting up. Traveling violation will give the ball back to Evangel. Evangel, Peru State in the full court pressure again. Evangel, another poor pass. 2 passes in a row. Peru State playing tough defense. Evangel finally able to break the press. Beckmeyer passes it down into the lane to 21. That's Vernick. Vernick reverse layup, gets fouled on the way up, and layup good. Just like that, Evangel retakes the lead with a chance to extend it to 2.
Yeah, that's Philip Jackson's second foul on the afternoon.
8th team foul for the Bobcats. 5:32 left to play here in the first half. 23-22, Evangel Crusaders lead.
Peru State's had half of their scoring come off the bench this afternoon.
Vernick's free throws up, rattling around, no good. Rebound, Neverson. Neverson's going to dribble it up the court. Pass it off to Roberts. Roberts on the far side, passes it over to Cannon. Cannon, 3-point shot from the corner. Long, no good. Beckmeyer with the rebound. Beckmeyer picks up a screen. Picks up the ball 5 feet outside the 3-point line. Pass over to Winger. And we're going to fall.
Yeah, that foul was away from the ball. The ball was out clear about the mid-court line, but underneath the basket there was a foul on Peru State's Jeff Neverson.
Yeah, it looked like Blakesley was cutting underneath the basket. Neverson getting beat on the cut. Held similar to like pass interference in football.
That's right. Yeah, that's also Neverson's second foul.
So Neverson will go to the bench with that.
Yeah,
first free throw from Blakesley, good.
Toki Aramona, is that how you say it? From Kansas City, Missouri, Independence. Aramona, okay. From Kansas City, Missouri, Independence Community College in Kansas.
Blakesley's second free throw attempt, no good. Tillery for Evangel with the rebound, put back, also no good. Peru State able to get the rebound there. Pass into Jackson. Jackson, reverse layup is good. And just like that, we're tied again. 24-24, 4:45 left to play here in the first half. Evangel easily breaks the press that time around. Beckmeyer with the ball. It's at the top of the key. Passes it off to Blakesley. Blakesley now at the top of the key. Pass it over to Winger on the near side. Winger bounce pass into Tillery. Tillery backing down his man. Goes up. Shot fake. Gets the ball poked away. Pass up the court to Cannon. Cannon kicking out to Thomas for a three-pointer in transition. Transition three, no good, and Armona gets the foul there over the back, pushing on the rebound after the three-pointer. That'll be the fifth team foul for the Crusaders. Pardon me, that's the 10th team foul for the Bobcats. So we're going to go to the line for two here. Tillery's going to be at the line. 4:18 left to play here in the first half. 24-24.
Yeah, Evangel so far 3 for 6 on free throws. Peru State and Evangel both 50%. Kind of low for a college basketball game on free throws.
Tillery breaks the 500 mark with that one. Makes it. Makes the first there. Breaks the tie as well. 25-24 now. Evangel leads. Tillery's second shot is up, and it's good. 2-point ball game now. Peru State inbounds.
Graceland defeated Missouri Valley 60-55 in women's basketball in the heart of the American Athletic Conference earlier today. Northwestern Iowa scored 102 points this afternoon in a G-Pack.
McGarry passed the corner. Corday Sims hitting a 15-footer from the side. Tie the ball game back up. Chapman passes it into Tillery. Tillery passes it over to Blakesley, driving, cutting down the lane. Blakesley's shot no good. Can't be cleanly rebounded there by Peru State. And it'll be Evangel ball underneath the basket. Peru State's head coach Eric Behrens talking to the official. Possibly asking about posting up. A lot of rough play in the post right now. Chapman goes in. Floater no good. Gets his own rebound. Passes back out to Tillery. Tillery to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer to Blakesley at the wing. Now we're going to have an offensive foul. And that's going to be on number 21, Josh Verink. That might have been just what the head coach was asking for.
Right. Yeah, it's 26-26 score, and Peru State has the ball with just about 3 1/4 left in the first half.
Really tough play down in the post now. And shot goes up from Sims. Partially blocked like Blakesley. Evangel coming up the floor now. Beckmeyer with the ball. Beckmeyer stops, top of the key, drives in a little bit. Chapman on the corner. Chapman drives, step back. Chapman stops. Tillery working in the paint. And gets a left-handed layup to go. 28-26, 3 minutes left to play here in the first half. And Sims with the ball. Over to McGarry. McGarry top to Cannon. Cannon, three-pointer, no good, long. Jackson with the rebound. Jackson pushes it back out to Sims. Sims back to the top to McGarry. McGarry setting up the offense. Drives on the right side. Switches up left. Passes it out to Sims. Sims driving in. Shot goes up. Shot doesn't fall. Gets fouled on the way up. A blocking call on Verink. Sims will go to the line for 2 shots here. 2:27 left to play here in the first half. 28 Evangel, 26 Peru State.
Yeah, Peru State, you know the stats, trails 18-10 in rebounds this afternoon, but they do have 9 defensive rebounds.
Sims first shot up, good. Get some substitutions in for both teams. Thomas coming in for Peru State.
6 players so far Peru State have scored today. Roberts and Sims both have 7 to lead the Bobcats.
Number 50, Chad Stegman, making his first appearance for the Crusaders. And the second free throw attempt for Sims is good. And we'll get more substitutions in now. Neverson back into the game, as well as Grant Leslie back into the game for Peru State. Evangel coming down the floor now, Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer to Winger on the right side. Winger cross court pass to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer, three-point attempt, no good. And McGarry comes down with the board. Dribbling down. Stops, passes it to Neverson. Neverson back to the top of the key to Sims. Sims to the far side to McGarry. McGarry crossover, dribbles left, passes it far side to Sims. Sims with a long three-pointer, and it's good. Hand in his face right there. Shooting over Corey Tillery, 6'4", senior. Peru State takes the lead now, 31-28.
And Sims 11 points now in the afternoon to lead the Bobcats.
And Evangel turns the ball over. Thomas comes down the floor, misses a layup, comes back in, tipped around, gets his own board, and goes back up. And gets another 2 points. The lead's now extended to 5 for Peru State, 33-28, 1:18 left to play here in the first half. Beckmeyer at the top of the key. Pass around the left side to Winger. Winger into Tillery. Tillery back out to Winger. Winger stops. Beckmeyer at the top of the key. Winger in the middle to Tillery. Tillery out to Winger. Winger in Tillery again. Tillery drives. Kicks it out to Chapman in the corner. Chapman for three. No good. Thomas with the rebound. And Thomas will dribble it up the floor for Peru State. Pass it over to Sims on the left side. Leslie sets a screen for Sims. And we're going to see a illegal screen on Grant Leslie. That'll be his second on the day. And that'll be offensive foul, so we won't see any free throw shot. 43 seconds left to play here in the first half. Peru State College 33, Evangel Crusaders 28. Evangel passed around. Yoakum at the top of the key now. Yoakum to Miller. Miller battling Leslie in the paint. Miller hook shot, no good. Tipped out. Sims ends up with the ball. Shot clock's off for Peru State. 20 seconds left. They're looking to get one shot. McGarry holding the ball. Up by half court. McGarry begins to dribble. 10 seconds left. Starts to play. Leslie sets a screen. McGarry floater on the right side. Misses it. 5 seconds left. And McGarry's going to go to the line. He'll be shooting two shots. Foul there on number 24, Brody Winger.
Yeah, the leading scorer for Evangel only has 7 points. Corey Tillery. Peru State Sims has 12. Thomas leads in rebounding and assists with 3 and 1 respectively.
McGarry's first free throw attempt, good. Extends the lead to 6 here, 34-28. 5 seconds left to play in the first half. McGarry's second attempt off the right side of the rim, no good. Tillery gets the rebound, pass up to Yoakum. Yoakum wide open, Chapman at the corner. Yoakum to Chapman. Chapman tipping it in at the buzzer for 2 more points before the half ends. 5 seconds. Evangel was able to get the rebound, 3 passes, and a bucket. 34-30, your score at halftime. Peru State Bobcats lead the Evangel Crusaders. We're going to take a break here. You're listening to Peru State Basketball on B103.
At American National Bank, they incorporate the values that made this country great. Hard work, dedication, character, and community support in everything they do. They believe that the people they serve are more than just customers. They're our friends and neighbors, the very fabric of the community we serve. And they take great pride in helping them reach their dreams. It's the way they've been doing business for over a century. It's the American way. American National Bank. www.anbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now back to more Peru State basketball on B103.
You drive a car, you own a home, and you need insurance on both. So why not see if you can save money in the process? I'm Brent Harson of the B. Harson Agency. When you insure both your home and auto with American Family Insurance, you may qualify for a substantial money-saving discount. Interested? Call me, Brent Harson, at the B. Harson Agency today at 402-269-3392.
Ever needed a prescription and wonder how you'd pick it up? Moser's U-Save in Nebraska City and Cody's U-Save in Auburn offer the convenience of drive-through windows and in-town delivery right to your front door. Our pharmacists and staff are proud members of our communities and work hard to offer small-town convenience along with fast, friendly service. Stop in, drive up, or have it delivered. You save time and find convenience with your locally owned U-Save pharmacies, Health Mart pharmacies, caring for you and about you.
Lifetime Vision Center in Auburn is offering great ideas. Do you have FSA health benefits? If so, use it. Don't lose it. At Lifetime Vision Center, check your plan guidelines and you could be reimbursed for eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, prescription sunglasses, and laser vision correction. What better gift than the gift of vision with sun or eyeglasses for someone special? Beat the year-end rush. Schedule your appointment at Lifetime Vision Center in Auburn today.
Vanderveen and Garacki is proud to be celebrating their 15th year of business, serving Nebraska City, Plattsmouth, and the surrounding communities. Vanderveen and Garacki realize the importance of a strong community and know they could not have reached this milestone without the support of all of you. Vanderveen and Garacki is focused on providing you with sound tax and accounting solutions. It has been their pleasure to work closely with you, and they look forward to serving your needs for another 15 years and beyond. A sincere thank you from Vanderveen and Garacki, where everything adds up.
Your home for today's best country and Peru State athletics. KBIE Auburn, Nebraska City. B103 and B103.FM.
It's halftime here at the Al Wheeler Activity Center in Peru, Nebraska. The Peru State Bobcats a slight lead, 34-30. We're about 12 minutes away from the start of the second half. I'm Mason Pelchat. Along with me is Daryl Obermeyer. And Daryl, first half, defense is really where it started, and then the offense slowly came for Peru.
Yeah, we talked in the pregame looking at stats that this might be a defensive game, and it just took us a while to get any points on the board. And I thought it was one of the lower scoring college basketball games I'd maybe ever seen. But late in the first half, we started seeing some scoring from both directions, and 34-30 is still a little bit low for a men's college game, but getting a little more in the ballpark. But looking at some of the stats, Peru State's led by Corday Sims with 12 points this afternoon. He's the only player in double figures. Deshaun Roberts has 7 for the Bobcats. Calvin Thomas has 3 rebounds and an assist this afternoon. So Peru State 34 points in all. Free throws, Peru State 4 for 6 this afternoon. And rebounds, they have 12 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. They trail 15-19 in rebounds, so to Evangel. Peru State's 14 of 30 for field goals at 46.7%. Evangel 41% from the field. 3-pointers, Peru State 2 for 7, 1 for 6 for Evangel. Free throws, both Peru State 67%, 63% for Evangel. Corey Tillery and Richard Chapman lead Evangel with 7 points apiece.
And the fouls.
Oh,
the refs have made sure to keep this a tightly called game. They're doing well. We have 17 fouls overall, 12 fouls overall.
No, 19. Peru State has 11 fouls and 8 fouls for Evangel. So actually that stops and give a little breather for the players as much as the clock is stopped with fouls this afternoon.
But Corday Sims, the main leading scorer that looks like there for Peru State, not in foul trouble. That's got to be a relief for Peru State.
Right, there's 2 fouls on Deshaun Roberts, and also Jackson Cannon and Leslie have 2 fouls, and 1 foul for Aramona. Sims just 1 foul, as I mentioned, and Calvin Thomas also just 1 foul this afternoon.
And Evangel hasn't really got much off their bench yet.
No.
Peru State doing well, getting off the bench.
Yeah, Peru State 11 points on bench scoring, just 7 for Evangel. Peru State has 10 points in the paint this afternoon, 6 for Evangel. Peru State leads in second chance points, 4-2. And points off turnovers also an edge for Peru State, 11-6.
All right, it's halftime here at Peru State College. 9 minutes left till tip-off in the second half. 34-30, Peru State Bobcats have a slight lead over the Evangel Crusaders. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back. You're listening to Peru State Basketball on B103.
Burr Farms Machinery would like to wish you and your family a great holiday season and thank you for the opportunity to do business with you. We strive to provide you with a large variety of quality, well-maintained rental equipment that allows you to do jobs faster and, above all, safely, allowing you extra time with your family and friends during the holidays and throughout all 4 seasons. Burr Farms Machinery, west of Dunbar on Highway 2. Season's greetings from all of us to you.
It happened to you. You met a deer, and we're not talking your sweetheart. Now your front end is damaged. Where do you take your vehicle for a makeover? Take it to Strigo's Southside Body Shop in Auburn. Whether you hit a deer or your sweetheart hit the neighbor's car or you got a broken windshield, the ASA certified technicians at Strigo's can have your vehicle looking like new in no time. With computer match paint and a state-of-the-art paint booth, no one will ever know you were in a wreck. See Strigo's Southside Body Shop in Auburn for all your car body repair work.
At Mosier's U-Save in Nebraska City and Cody's U-Save in Auburn, you've always been able to count on fast, quality service and a friendly staff to answer your questions. Now take advantage of our ability to quickly sort through Medicare Part D plans to help you choose the plan that's right for you. During the open enrollment period, October 15th through December 7th, learn about the growing number of plans that list U-Save as their preferred pharmacy, saving you money on your copays. For your free Part D plan comparison, stop by your locally owned U-Save pharmacy with your Medicare card and medication list. We'll handle the rest. We're Health Mart Pharmacies, caring for you and about you.
Welcome to the Peru State College Halftime Show on today's Best Country B103.
Hello, this is Zach Mushel with the Bobcat Athlete of the Week. I have a cross-country athlete here by the name of Skylar Albers, a junior here at Peru State. Skylar, what were your goals this season, and did you meet any of your goals this season?
Well, with this being my first time running cross-country in over 3 years, my main goal for this season was just to get better and improve my times throughout every meet, and I did meet those goals from the first meet that we had in September, then our last conference meet in November. I improved my time greatly, which was very exciting.
So you said it's been your first time running in 3 years for cross country. Has it been hard getting adjusted to the college level, or has it been an easy transition for you coming in?
It's been a little difficult. I had some injuries that held me back in high school, and so I wasn't able to run cross country my junior or senior year of high school. And so coming back in running and stuff was a little difficult, but with some training I was able to get back into it.
What would you say has been the most difficult thing for you to get adjusted to, whether it be classwork or just the practices itself?
Probably trying to wake up really early for practice. We practice at 6:15 in the morning, which sometimes is a struggle, especially if I'm up late doing homework. And then I kind of do that clock thing in my head, like, okay, it's midnight, so if I go to bed now, I only have 6 hours to sleep. And so I think that was the hardest thing, but with some time management, I was able to get it done.
Are you planning on running cross country next year? And if so, what are your goals for next season?
Yes, I do plan to run next year, and my main goal is just to get better and improve. And as a team, our main goal is just to recruit more runners and have a good time.
The season's finally over. Do they have you guys doing anything now to prepare for next season?
Well, as of right now, we just have our own. We can do whatever. We'll probably start back up in January or February with team conditioning, and our coach does classes in Auburn at the Wellness Center, and so we can go to those and just try to get better on our own, so then in the summer when we condition, we can be fully prepared for the season.
What are your guys' practices normally like? I know you're probably running around Peru and Auburn and stuff. What are they usually like, and what do you guys do?
We run in Auburn 3 days a week, and then we run in Peru the rest of the week. And it really just depends. We have long days, so we run for like 55 minutes. And then we have short days where we do speed work. And so it really just depends on the day or like if we have a meet coming up or not. And so normally we average like probably 4 to 6 miles a day, just depending on the day.
What has been your favorite part of running cross country this year?
My favorite part probably is the team part of it, because we're very close and it's a very small team. There's only 7 of us. And so that allows us to have a lot of team bonding, and we're kind of just like a little family.
Now, you told me your goals as an athlete for cross country. What are your goals for being a student here at Peru State?
I'm majoring in special education. So my goal right now is to student teach in the spring of 2016.
Who's your biggest influence when you do run?
All the people that told me that I couldn't, when I had hip surgery twice, like my doctors, everyone told me, oh, you probably shouldn't run anymore, it'll ruin your hip and everything. And so that like made me want to run even more. And so I just think everyone that told me I couldn't do it made me want to do it even more.
Okay, thank you for the interview, Skylar. I appreciate it. This has been Zach Mushel with the Bobcat Athlete of the Week. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
At Mosher's USAVE in Nebraska City and Cody's USAVE in Auburn, you've always been able to count on fast, quality service and a friendly staff to answer your questions. Now take advantage of our ability to quickly sort through Medicare Part D plans to help you choose the plan that's right for you. During the open enrollment period, October 15th through December 7th, learn about the growing number of plans that list USAVE as their preferred pharmacy, saving you money on your copays. For your free Part D plan comparison, stop by your locally owned USAVE pharmacy with your Medicare card and medication list. We'll handle the rest. We're Health Mart Pharmacies, caring for you and about you.
The best place to be for the big game is Bing Sports Bar in Nebraska City. Head on down for happy hour Monday through Saturday from 3 until 6 and grab a delicious homemade one-topping pizza for just $11 and get a 2 or more topping pizza for $12. Bing Sports Bar, downtown Nebraska City.
Welcome to the Peru State College Halftime Show on today's Best Country B103.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Al Wheeler Activity Center here in Peru, Nebraska. 34-30 is your score at halftime. Minute away. A lot of fans here. We also got some cheerleaders on the side for Peru State, right, Daryl?
Yeah, Megan Carroll, who's a senior here at Peru State, is the captain this afternoon. Her brother played 4 years here at Peru State in football. I think they came from Crete High School, if I remember right. Nia Timbeck is also on the squad this afternoon. Alyssa Welna, Alicia Yates, Elizabeth Robin, McKenna Newman is the tumbler there. We might see a little activity in the second half, so they have a tumbler on the team. And Heather Pemberton is the assistant coach for the cheerleaders, and she's here coaching the team this afternoon. And Heather is a Nemaha County. She's a Nemaha County resident, grew up, moved to Missouri, and came back home. And it's nice to have her back. And the Peru State cheerleaders are going to host a clinic for young girls. I believe it's something like 10 and younger, something. We'll have some details later on January 24th. They're going to host it. They had one during the football season, a really good turnout. They put on a halftime show at one of the Peru State football games, and we're going to see that during the basketball season with the young ladies coming out of the camp done by the Peru State cheerleaders.
Excellent. So, all right, we're about 40 seconds away from tip-off here in the second half. We're going to take one more break, and we'll be back with live action. You're listening to Peru State basketball here on B103.
Ever needed a prescription and wondered how you'd pick it up? Mosher's USAVE in Nebraska City and Cody's USAVE in Auburn offer the convenience of drive-through windows and in-town delivery right to your front door. Our pharmacists and staff are proud members of our communities and work hard to offer small-town convenience along with fast, friendly service. Stop in, drive up, or have it delivered. You save time and find convenience with your locally owned USAVE pharmacies, Health Mart Pharmacies, caring for you and about you.
Head to Bing Sports Bar for happy hour from 3 until 6 and grab a delicious homemade pizza while you enjoy a cold one. Bing Sports Bar, open Monday through Saturday from 3 p.m. until 1 a.m. downtown Nebraska City. Bing Sports Bar is a proud sponsor of The Bottom Line.
Welcome to the Peru State College Halftime Show on today's Best Country B103.
Welcome back for tip-off of the second half in Game 2 of today's doubleheader. between Peru State College and Evangel University. We got the men's team now. Peru State leading 34-30. It'll be Peru State ball coming out of half. We have a quick pass to Jackson down in the post. Goes up, misses the layup. He's fouled. Less than 10 seconds here into the second half, and we already have one foul and free throws. Jackson's first attempt misses. The foul was on Josh Bierink.
Yeah, Peru
That'll be his third foul.
Peru State 4 for 7 in free throw shooting today.
Bierink goes to the bench with 3 early on. Jackson able to hit that one. Gets one more. Evangel breaking the press. Tillery brings the ball up the floor. Haven't seen that much today. Passes it over to Blakesley. Blakesley to Winger in the corner. Tillery down at block. Passes out to Yoakum at the top. Yoakum to Winger on the left side. Swings it around to Tillery. Back to Yoakum in the corner. Yoakum, quick pass, and Miller in the post. And Miller passes it back out to Yoakum. Yoakum resets the offense. Staying at the top. 4 left on the shot clock. Takes a long 3. And rattles off the rim. Rebound for Jackson. Jackson passes it out to Thomas. Thomas brings it up the floor. Passes it to Cannon. Wing play here for the Bobcats. Really swinging it around, making Evangel move. McGarry driving in the left side. Kicks it back out to Corday Sims. Sims with another 3-pointer down in the corner. And pressure for Peru State. And Cannon can't have that there. He causes a foul. It was a hustle foul nonetheless, but still a foul. That'll be his third. Less than 2 minutes here into the second half. 18:49 left to play here in the game.
Yeah, Peru State now at 47% in free field goal percentage, 40% for Evangel.
Evangel looking to get the ball inbound. Peru State doing really well with that full court defense. And McGarry able to hit it out. This time Tillery able to pass it in, pass up to Winger. Winger back to Tillery. Tillery bounce pass to Miller. Miller with an easy lay-in down at the post. 38-32 Bobcats lead. 18:30 left to play here in the second half. Get in the post to Jackson. Jackson spin move. Off the glass, no good. Tillery with a rebound. Tillery going to bring it up the floor, pass up to Winger. Winger crosses the timeline. Sets up at the top of the key. Passes out to near side to Yoakum. Yoakum to the top to Miller. Miller pass to the Winger. Winger drive into the lane. Pass out to Tiller. Tiller back out to Yoakum. Yoakum over to Winger. Winger wide open 3 on the wing. No good. Tip in from Blakesley. No good. A lot of contact down there in the post. And McGarry trying to come down with it. But a jump ball will go to Evangel. Yoakum passes it into Miller. Miller bounce pass into Tillery. Tillery forces it in there and gets it off the glass. Middle of the lane for 2. 38-34. Peru State still leads here. 17:45 left to play. Sims passes it to Cannon in the corner. Cannon high pass over to McGarry. McGarry catches it. Heels on the out-of-bounds lines. And it'll be a turnover on the Bobcats. And it'll be Evangel ball. Evangel looking to break the full court pressure. Tillery passes it into Winger. Winger wraps around, dribbling up the middle. Winger coast to coast. Left hand layup just bounces off the rim. No good. Sims with the rebound. He's dribbling up the right side. Now he'll go in for a layup. And a tip slam by Phillip Jackson. A huge tip slam off the rim. Now 40-34, 17 minutes left. And almost another turnover by Evangel. Yoakum all alone. Stops, jump shot, short, no good. Yoakum able to get his own rebound. Bounce pass into Miller. Miller's shot blocked by Jackson. And the block comes back to Tillery. Tillery able to bounce it, finally get it in there. Peru State will bring the ball up the floor. There are a couple quick possessions. McGarry stops, 3-pointer, no good. And Miller tried to get the board. Jackson tips it out, though, so it'll be a Evangel ball. Coming onto the floor for Peru, Deshaun Roberts subbing in for Jamar Cannon. 16:42 left to play here in regulation. Peru State Bobcats 40 in the Evangel University Crusaders 36. Tillery looking to pass it in. Pass gone just outside of Wingert's reach. It'll be a turnover for Evangel. And Peru State will take possession of the ball underneath their own basket.
Yeah, Cordy Sims is the leading scorer for Peru State this afternoon with 15 points. He's the only Bobcat in double figures. And there is no Evangel player in double figures yet. Tillery has 9.
And a pass in, a lob to Jackson in the center of the paint. Jackson looking to slam it home on the alley-oop. Goes off the back iron, and Evangel takes it over. Tillery, strong move in the post. Jackson able to block Tillery. Peru State gets the ball, and we got Deshaun Roberts coming in. He's driving into the lane, and that's Yoakum. Takes a charge from Roberts. And that'll be an offensive foul on Roberts. Excellent placement by Yoakum. It'll be Evangel ball. And now we have a hold on Roberts. So we have 2 fouls back-to-back on Roberts. That'll be his 4th foul with 16:21 left to play here in the second half. Evangel gets it in, breaks press easily. Yoakum passes it to Winger. Winger at the top of the key. Uses a screen by Tillery. Passes it into Miller. Miller back out to Winger. Winger floated from the elbow, and it's good. And Evangel has cut the lead to 2, 40-38, 15:50 left to play here in the second half. Neverson passes it around to get McGarry. McGarry down to Jackson in the post. Jackson battling Miller in the post. Spin move. Floater. Good.
Northwest Iowa women's team scored 102 points this afternoon over Nebraska Wesleyan, 102-55.
And Evangel gets it in. Yoakum pass it back to Tillery. Tillery almost 3 or 4 bad passes there. And a long pass over everyone's head. McGarry hits it and then knocks it out of bounds. So it'll stay Evangel ball, but they really are having trouble with that press break. Yoakum with the ball at the top. Pressure on him. Blakesley driving in, left side. Layup no good. Rebound Thomas. Thomas will bring it up the floor for the Bobcats. Pass it in the corner to McGarry. McGarry passes it back out to Neverson. Neverson around. Sims. Sims dribbles it. Jackson. Jackson squares up, shoots, fakes it in from 16 out. Evangel passes it in. Almost got it stolen away. Winger able to control it. Passes it to Blakesley. Blakesley passed to Tillery, cutting down the lane. Tillery gets it knocked out. It'll be Evangel ball underneath the basket. Yoakum will be inbounding it. Pass it into Tillery, and Tillery able to score with ease on the left side. He was just on the block. It'll be 44-40. Peru State leads still here. 14:40 left to play.
Yeah, Peru State now 2 men in double figures. Philip Jackson with 11 and Corday Sims with 15.
There's Sims passing it into Jackson. Jackson driving in the lane, working on Miller. Miller's thought it was going to be a foul. They're going to say Jackson gets called for traveling violation, and it looks like a technical foul will be assessed. Yeah, as the refs come together to figure out what's going to happen here. And we have a technical foul on Philip Jackson. And we're going to have a timeout here for Peru State College, so we'll take a break as well while things get sorted out here in Peru. You're listening to Peru State Basketball on B103.
A specialty bred cow and heifer sale will be held at Beatrice 77 Livestock on North Highway 77 Thursday, December 11th, starting at 11 a.m. sharp. Around 600 head are expected, with over 400 being first calf heifers. Visit Beatrice77.net. The current sale listing under consignments, or call the barn at 402-223-3571. Specialty bred cow and heifer sale starting at 11 a.m. on Thursday, December 11th at Beatrice 77 Livestock, Beatrice, Nebraska.
Drop one kid off at practice, pick the other one up from science club, watch the band uniform, and a parents' meeting tonight, and you're starving! Yup. Back to school means you are busier than ever. Who has time to cook? Valentino's Buffet means you don't have to. Pizza, pasta, salad, and for dessert, strawberry pizza and ice cream. Feed them fast and fill them up. Valentino's Grand Italian Buffet, open daily 11 to 9, Nebraska City.
B103 presents Peru State Basketball. Brought to you by Douglas Tire, B. Harzen Agency Inc., Brent Harzen, American Family Agent, Moser's You Save Pharmacy, Strigo's Southside Body Shop, and Arbor Bank. Now, let's send you to our B103 sports crew with the live call of Bobcat basketball on today's best country, B103.
Welcome back to Peru, Nebraska. We have the Evangel University Crusaders playing the Peru State College Bobcat basketball teams. And after that, Philip Jackson, before he went to break, got a technical foul. And Yoakum, still trying to sort everything out. Yoakum was sent to the line for the free throws for the technical foul. That was on Philip Jackson. Yoakum hit both of them, shortened the lead to 2 here. Now it's 44-42 with 14:30 left to play in the game. And after the technical, Evangel will get the ball back. Chapman dribbling up the floor, breaks the press. Bounce pass to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer saves it from going out of bounds to Miller. Miller hit hard. And it'll be another foul for Peru State. That one will be on number 11, Corday Sims for Peru State. That'll be the 5th team foul for Peru State. Only one for Evangel this half. Inbound pass to Chapman. Chapman to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer down low to Thompson. Thompson back to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer cross-court pass to Winger. Winger drives on the left side. Floater banked off the glass and good. And we're tied up here, 44 all, with 14 minutes left to play. And as it looks like Jeff Neverson might have tweaked his ankle on that play. Peru State with the ball. McGarry at the top of the key. There he passes it to wing. Near side, Sims. Sims driving in the middle. Passes it to Neverson in the block. Neverson off the glass. It's good. They get the lead back. 46-44. Quick press break by Evangel to Winger. Winger coming up. Passed it over to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer hands up. I don't think he was expecting that pass there.
I want to pass that about. An interesting score this afternoon in women's basketball. Lindenwood Belleville, which is in Illinois, scored 110 points this afternoon, and the St. Louis Pharmacy, 45. And I don't believe I've ever heard of the St. Louis Pharmacy College before, but 110-45 loss to Illinois Belleville.
And back in Peru, we have Aramana with the drive in. No good. Evangel with the board. Beckmeyer now crossover. Pass outside to Chapman on the left. Chapman to Thompson. Thompson swings it around to Winger. Winger on the far wing. Winger passes up top to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer setting up the offense. Passes to Thompson. Thompson bounce pass to Miller in the low post. Cross court pass to Beckmeyer. Beckmeyer lobs it up there. Off the back iron. No good. Jackson with the rebound. Sims bringing it up the court. Dribbles in right. Goes up to pass, but gets tangled up with Winger, it looked like.
Yeah, Brody Wingert was called for that foul. He's from Kickapoo High School. There's 2 players from Kickapoo High School on the boys' team and a player on the girls' team from Kickapoo High School in Springfield, Missouri.
Peru State inbounds it. And Sims passes it in to Jackson. Jackson battling with Miller. Backs him down. Pushes him, and Miller get called for the reach there. And that'll be the third team foul for the Crusaders. And the first one on Miller. Miller will take a seat on the bench. Tillery will come in to replace him. 12:29 left to play here in regulation. Peru State Bobcats 46. And the Evangel University Crusaders 44. Blakesley back in for the Crusaders as well. Pass to Cannon in the corner. And Cannon's going to get fouled as well. And that foul's going to be on Bickmeyer.
So we've had 3 fouls, just 3 consecutive fouls in about 25 seconds on the clock.
Back to back to back, yeah. And now it's 4 team fouls on Evangel. Yoakum comes in for Bickmeyer. Cannon gets the inbounds, dribbles out right, shoots a three-pointer, no good. Thompson with the rebound for Evangel. Yoakum brings up the floor, pass it to Blakesley. Blakesley makes a move, goes to pass, tipped out of bounds by Jackson. Evangel will get the ball at the baseline. 12-11 left to play here in the second half.
Yeah, Peru State now at 62.5% in free throws, 5 for 8, 7 out of 10 for the Crusaders. Crusaders are 43% or 44% from the field. Peru State 49% from the field.
Yoakum trying to inbound it there. Pass to Thompson gets stolen there. And Sims brings the ball up the floor. Pass it to Neverson. Neverson to Cannon. Cannon dribbling up the right side. Gets a screen from Jackson. Crosses over, goes to the middle. Hermana in the corner. Hits it out to Sims. Sims, three-pointer long off the back iron. Hermana with the rebound. Pass it back out to Sims. Sims pass it around to Cannon. New shot clock. No need to hurry. Cannon pass the corner to Hermana. Lobs it into Jackson. Jackson, 15-footer. No shot. And we're going to have a away from the ball foul on Chapman for Evangel. That'll be their team's 5th foul. Chapman's first. And a lob to Jackson again in the middle of the lane. Jackson, turnaround jumper, good. Sends the lead to 4. Evangel passing it quick to Yoakum. Yoakum back to Tillery, up the court to Chapman. Chapman gets it.
Yeah, that Peru State now has 2 players in double figures. Jackson now at 13, 40 Sims at 15. This Evangel defense has really shut down Sims here in the second half for Peru State. Evangel now has 2 players in double figures as well, with Wingert with 10 and Tillery with 13.
Evangel with the turnover there. We're going to have another away from the ball foul. And that one's going to be on Chapman again. That'll be his 2nd. The Crusaders 6th.
So that's 5 fouls here just in a few moments now on Evangel.
Chapman's 2nd in less than a minute as Peru State takes the ball out. Pass to Amana in the corner. Amana dribbling on the left side, spins around, takes it to the right side. Pass to Neverson on the baseline. Pass out to Sims. Sims goes up, no good. Amana gets the rebound, goes back up, misses, but gets fouled on the way up. And he'll go to the line for 2 shots. That'll be on number 32, Thompson, for Evangel. That's his 3rd foul of the day. And he'll take a seat on the bench. Vierink will come in for him. 11:03 left to play here in the second half. Peru State leads 48-44. That is the 7th team foul now for Evangel, as Armona hits his first shot. 2nd shot on the way is good. Lead's extended to 6 now. Evangel looking to take it out. Peru State, tough defense in a full court press.
Peru State now 7 out of 10 on free throws. Both teams are 7 out of 10, a matter of fact, and 70% on the afternoon. Peru State closing in on defense, on rebounds, trailing just 24-22.
Evangel able to inbound it this time against the Peru State defense. Yoakum sets up the offense, passes to Tillery. Tillery to Blakesley. Blakesley, Chapman cutting. Chapman cuts back to Blakesley. Blakesley goes up in the middle, gets the finger roll to go. 50-46, Peru State leads. 10:30 left to play here in the second half. As Cannon comes down his dribble, crossover, and he's going to get called for the offensive foul. They're going to say he extended his forearm out into Yoakum. That'll be his 4th foul. He'll go to the bench.
There are 4 teams in the Heart America Athletic Conference ranked in the country right now. Benedictine at 4, Mid-American Nazarene 11, Evangel 20, and Culver Stockton 24.
And Peru State faring fairly well against Evangel today.
Well, yeah, they've knocked off number 4 and have a 4-point lead over the number 20 team right now.
As Evangel sets up in the half-court offense. Blakesley pass over to Chapman. Chapman making the room. Chapman crossover drive, step back jumper, 15-foot on the side, good. And it's a 2-point lead now. 10 minutes left to play. Peru State Bobcats lead 50-48. Sims pass out to Neverson. Neverson pass to the top of the key to McRoberts. McRoberts back to Thomas. Thomas hits a 3-pointer from the top of the key.
Yeah, Calvin Thomas now 5 points on the afternoon. He's had 4 rebounds. That's his first 3-point shot and his first 3-point attempt.
As Banjo comes down, gets set. Hillary at the top of the key. Passes to Chapman in the corner. Back up to Yoakum at the top. Yoakum to Blakesley. Quick ball movement here by the Crusaders. Chapman dribbling it in. Gets it poked out. Gets a hold of it again. And we're going to have a foul here on Jeff Neverson.
I guess if you're going to foul him good. Neverson knocked him to the floor.
One thing that might is 1-1 now with the team fouls. Peru State bench is the only out shooter when Chapman gets the ball. So, he's a shooter. You're fouling someone and putting him at the line that can probably shoot free throws.
That's right, yeah.
1-1 here, first of 2. Oh, and it rolls around the back iron.
He missed it. Grant Leslie back in the game for Peru State, and he got that rebound.
Chapman's miss maintains Peru State's lead at 5 now, 53-48. 9 minutes left to go here in the second half. And pass from McGarry. Intercepted there. Vander will pass the ball up the floor. Blakesley to Yoakum. Yoakum around the corner. Chapman hits a 3, redeems himself for the missed free throw. And Thomas now dribbling. Pass it to Ramona. Ramona off the back iron, just a little strong. Chapman with the rebound. Chapman gets the ball. And they're going to call a foul. And it's on Sean McGarry for the Bobcats.
Yeah, I thought they were going to call Evangel for traveling, but instead it was on Sean McGarry of Peru State, his first foul of the game.
Yeah, it looked like Yoakum and Chapman both had the ball. I thought they might have called the travel, but they call a foul. Reach in, foul in the arm. Yoakum will go to the line. He's going to be shooting 1-1. First shot on the way. Bounce off the front iron, no good. Leslie with the rebound. Pass up to Sims. Sims, quick pass to Ramona. Ramona driving in the lane. Passes it to McGarry. McGarry mishandles the pass, but is able to retrieve it before going out of bounds. Brings it back up to the top of the key. Crossover. Passes to Sims in the corner. Sims brings it back out to the top. Sims has a screen from Leslie. Crosses over right. Drives in the middle. Cross-court pass. And just a bit outside of Calvin Thomas's reach on the far side. And that'll be a turnover for the Bobcats.
So Philip Jackson back in for Grant Leslie.
Short breather for him.
Yeah, Jackson 6 for 12 from the field this afternoon. 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
Yoakum bringing up the ball up the court. Heard heavily by Thomas. Pass up to Chapman. Chapman over to Tillery. Tillery back to Yoakum in the corner. Yoakum, the winger. Winger on the top. Into Tillery. Tillery battling in the middle. Goes up in between 2 Bobcats. And it bounced off the front iron. Jackson able to come down hard with the rebound. Sims driving up the left side. Gets a pass. And he's fouled by winger. Corday Sims will go to the line. shooting 1 and 1.
I believe that's the third foul on Winger. They don't have it up on the scoreboard yet, but yeah, it is. It's his third foul already this afternoon.
7:38 left to play here in regulation. The Peru State Bobcats 53, the Evangel University Crusaders 51.
Evangel now 3 players in double figures.
And Corday Sims adds to his total. One more there. Second free throw on the way from Sims. And it's up and good.
Peru State's had 8 players score this afternoon. 7 players have scored for Evangel. Bench scoring is 15-14, a 1-point advantage for Peru State.
And Sims gets a well-deserved rest. He goes to the bench. Roberts will come in for him for Peru State. Evangel passing in here. Yoakum back to Thompson, who's back in for Evangel. Yoakum. Thompson up to Winger to Chapman. Chapman, layup no good. Missed it. Peru State in transition, pass it to Thomas. Thomas, three-pointer, no good. And Evangel able to rebound. Yoakum with the ball, passed up to Chapman. Chapman up to Winger. Winger to Yoakum. Yoakum to Thompson. Thompson cross-court pass to Winger in the corner. Winger turns around, driving left. Turns around, pass it to Varing. Varing loses control on the way up. And a scramble for the ball between Thompson and Neverson.
Yeah, they gave the ball to Peru State. That'd have been a tough call for the officials. Both players were battling for the ball as it went out of bounds.
Well, Peru State bench, the coaches were trying to call a timeout just as he barely had possession of it so that they could retain the ball. They just got fortunate. The officials saw it go out by Evangel.
Yeah, Peru State didn't have to burn the timeout, and they kept possession of the ball.
As Blakesley comes back on the floor for Evangel, Chapman gets a rest. 6:50 left to play here in regulation. Bobcats 55. Crusaders 51. Neverson with the ball on the floor. Pass over to McGarry. McGarry lob pass into Jackson. Stolen by Varing. I'm going to say Varing was holding. And is that his fifth? It's his fourth foul.
Fourth foul, okay.
So he'll go to the bench. And Hillary will come back in.
Yeah, Winger's had 10 points this afternoon. He's 5 of 9 from the field.
Jackson will go to the line for 1 and 1. And it's no good. Missed that. Tillery close to the out of bounds line. Tries to hit it off Sims out of bounds. Goes through his legs. Evangel able to recover it.
Jackson just 1 for 3 on free throw shooting.
Yoakum passes it into Thompson. Thompson's spin around jumper, no good. Jackson with the rebound. And McGarry driving in transition. Gets the layup. Tough pressure for Yoakum. 3 Bobcats there. Thompson back. And a huge play there. Blakesley up in the air, met by Jackson. Almost got a dunk there on Jackson. Lost the ball on the way up. Foul on Jackson, though. Blakesley will go to the line for 2, and that almost stunned the crowd.
And that's the 4th foul on Jackson. He's been a valuable player this afternoon. It'd be a shame for the Bobcats to lose him on fouls.
Yeah, he's 13 points on the day. He's been a big contributor for Peru State as Blakesley goes to the line for 2. Yeah, first one is good. Score is 57-52 now.
Peru State's had 4 3-point shots this afternoon. Corday Sims with 3 of them, and Calvin Thomas added 1.
Second shot on the way. And rattles around in. 57-53 is your score. Peru State Bobcats on top. 6 minutes left. And a full timeout from Evangel. We'll take a break as well. You're listening to Peru State Basketball on B103.
Does your business need a professional web presence but you don't know where to start? This is Katie Radke of KR Creative, and I can design a website that will get your business noticed. Owning my own company, I understand the needs of a small business. I will create a website that captivates your audience and give you tips on how to maintain and update yourself. Visit krcreativedesigns.com to schedule a free 30-minute website design consultation, and together we will come up with a plan that fits your needs and budget. Or stop by my new location at 505 Central Avenue in Nebraska City.
Marine Builders congratulates St. Mary's Community Hospital on the progress of their new site and says thank you, too. Marine Builders is proud to have completed the new WIC maintenance building. WIC buildings have been protecting what you value for over 60 years, and as an independent authorized dealer for WIC buildings, Jim and Peggy Amarine share in the excitement of St. Mary's Community Hospital as it builds for the next 85 years. Call Jim or Peggy at 402-209-3222 for your needs now or plan for fall. Only $500 down starts your project. Marine Builders, locally owned and here for you.
Back to more Bobcat basketball on today's Best Country, B103.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Peru, Nebraska. The Bobcats, the home team, are on top by 4. Currently, 6 minutes left to play here. 57-53 is your score. Bobcats with possession of the ball after the timeout. They'll inbound it here. McGarry will bring it up the floor for the Bobcats. Standing at the top of the key, trying to set up the offense. Pass to Neverson on the far side. Neverson passes back out on top to Thomas. Thomas to McGarry. McGarry to Sims. Sims with another huge three-pointer. That's his 4th three-pointer on the day as Evangel breaks the press. Wingert and Thomas going at it. Wingert and Thomas going at it on the dribble. So Thomas getting called for a body. That'll bring Wingert to the free throw line. He'll get 2 more. He'll get an opportunity at 2 points here. First one rattles in.
Hey, high low against the zone. High low zone. Shot if they go back, man. 23 close.
Winger's second shot on the way. And that one's good too. So now we have a 5-point game. Peru State 60. And Evangel 55. 5:30 left to play here in the second half. As McGarry brings it up the floor for the Bobcats. Pass it over to Thomas on the near side. Back on top, the key to Sims. Sims reverses it around to McGarry. McGarry to Thomas on the top. A huge, long three-pointer from Thomas off the front iron. Yoakum with the rebound for Evangel. Yoakum is going to bring it up the floor. Passes it to Blakesley. Blakesley to Thompson in the corner. Thompson dribbling right towards the lane. Back up top to Blakesley. Over the corner to Yoakum. Yoakum to Wingert. Wingert to Thompson in the block. Back to Yoakum with a long three-pointer. Tillery with the rebound and kicks it back out to Yoakum, who gets a three-pointer 3 feet behind the arc. Now we just have a 2-point ball game with 4:30 left to play here in the second half. And Peru State feeling their lead slip away. They're going to take a timeout. 30-second timeout. We will as well. You're listening to Peru State basketball on B103.
One of the best things about the holiday seasons are goodies. Cakes, cookies, truffles, cinnamon rolls. Oh, so worth the extra calories during the holiday season. Janie's Confections will help you look like a rock star at your next family gathering. Show up with the best decorated cupcakes and sugar cookies or melt-in-your-mouth caramel rolls. And who doesn't need the extra time during the busy season? No mess, no fuss. Janie's will take care of it all for you. Call now and get your order in early. 402-873-7537. Janie's Confections, downtown Nebraska City.
Follow B103 on Facebook and Twitter for live scores and more coverage of the Peru State Bobcats.
Welcome back to the Al Wheeler Activity Center in Peru, Nebraska. The Peru State Bobcats hold a slight lead over the Evangel. We've really seen this game turn around in the second half. Evangel sticking with Peru. Peru sticking with Evangel, rather. Evangel 20th in NAIA.
Yep, this is the second consecutive nationally ranked team that Bobcats have played. And, they're sticking with them all. 2-point lead for the Bobcats.
And the inbound. Bobcats with the basketball. Pass to McGarry. McGarry to Cannon. Cannon to Sims. Back to McGarry. Back to Cannon in the corner. He passes into Jackson. Jackson backing his man down. Tries to for a hook shot over top of Tillery. And Tillery will get called for the foul.
Yeah, that's first foul on Tillery this afternoon.
Which is surprising how rough the play has been down in the post. Right. Jackson will go to the line for 2 points. And he gets the first free throw. Extends the Bobcats' lead to 3. 4:15 left to play here in regulation.
Currently 2 for 4 on free throws for Jackson today.
And his 5th one on the way. 3 for 5 now is Jackson on free throws. 62-58 Peru in the lead. Yoakum gets the ball for Evangel. Pass up to Winger. Winger to Tiller. Tillery on the top of the key. Back to Blakesley. Blakesley to Winger. Reversing it around. Tillery finally settles for a 3-point shot. A long one. High board. And Neverson gets it up at the top strong. Two-hander rebound.
Another women's finals day in the HAC. Mid-American Nazarene 88, Clover Stockton 64.
And Roberts with the ball. Peru State slowing things down dramatically. Waiting until the last 10 seconds of the shot clock to go. And McGarry might have got away with a push there. Passed it out to Neverson, and a huge three-pointer with 1 second left on the shot clock.
That's Neverson's first three-pointer today. He tried one earlier and was unsuccessful. He's now at 5 points.
And Evangel comes back down the floor, and Winger hits a three to answer Neverson's. Keep them close, 65-61 now. 2:57 left to play in the second half.
Yeah, Peru State, slowing it down again.
Peru State drastically slowing it down here, waiting until the last 10 or 15 seconds left on the shot clock before they even make a move. Evangel just waiting. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. McGarry finally makes a move. Passes to Sims on the far side. Sims at the top of the key. 3 seconds left. McGarry drives into the middle of the lane. And a floater, no good. Neverson put back, no good. Rebound, Thompson. Thompson passes to Winger. Winger to Tillery. Tillery drives around the left side. Left-handed layup for Tillery is good. And it should cut this lead down to 2 points now. And 2:09 left to play here in the second half. And Peru State disappointing the defense here. They're going to take a full timeout. We will as well. You're listening to Peru State basketball on B103.
For an athlete, it's about more than just shoes. Brown Shoe knows it's about the total package, and they got you covered from head to toe. Under Armour headbands, t-shirts and shorts, sports bags, Nike Elite socks in all the hottest colors, and shoes in all your favorite brands. Nike, Converse, Adidas, Asics, K-Swiss, Under Armour, Brooks, and New Balance. Whatever your sport, get your game on and gear up at Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Nebraska City.
Syracuse Lumber has the solutions you need to make the winter months go by unnoticed. Keep cold outside and enhance your home with a large selection of Larson storm doors in a variety of styles and colors. Cut heating costs by insulating the areas where cold air sneaks in with CertainTeed blow-in Insul-Safe fiberglass insulation. Syracuse Lumber has all the right tools to get the jobs done and advice for doing them right. Syracuse Lumber in Syracuse, Nebraska can help you stay warm, save money, and improve your home's appearance as Old Man Winter does his thing.
Bobcat Basketball, today's best country B103.
Welcome back to the second game of today's doubleheader on B103. We saw the women's basketball team for Peru State play earlier, and now with 2:09 left, the men's basketball team looking to finish out a game. Peru State women got really close. Men up 2 points now, 2:09 left to play, 65-63. They'd really like to come out of here with a win.
It isn't 6 points the biggest lead Peru's had in this game even. It's been close the entire game ever since the tip-off.
Both teams playing extremely well tonight. And as I say that, Peru State mishandles the pass there, goes out of bounds, turnover to Evangel. Evangel will get the ball. Chapman and Varink back on the floor for Evangel. Roberts back on the floor also for Peru State. Peru State kind of staying back on defense. coming out of the full court press now. Yoakum passes to Winger. Winger driving on the right side. Gets it blocked by Jackson.
Well, that's a big play right now for Jackson. Peru State keeping the lead this afternoon with that steal.
That's a risky play for Jackson, playing with 4 fouls.
Oh,
He's playing with 4 fouls, and he just swatted at that, which could have easily been called a foul if the officials hadn't seen it clearly. Peru State, yet again, slowing it down, waiting till 10 seconds left on the shot clock now. Sims settling for a long 2-point shot. Goes off the back iron. Yoakum unable to handle the rebound. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Peru State ball again with a fresh shot clock. That's reluctant for Peru State.
Jamar Cannon coming back in for Peru State.
1:15 left to play here in regulation. 65-63. Peru State Bobcats lead the Evangel University Crusaders. Sean McGarry with the ball, dribbling just at the timeline. Dribbling down the shot clock. Shot clock nearing 10. Peru State starts to move it around. Thomas to Cannon. Cannon back over to McGarry. McGarry back to Thomas to the top of the key. 6 seconds left. Gets it. Stolen from him. Yoakum gets the ball. Yoakum gets a steal. Gets it across the timeline. Almost wrapped up by 2 Peru State, and they're going to take a timeout. 40 seconds left here. 65-63. We'll take a timeout as well. It's a full timeout. We'll be right back with more Peru State basketball on BU103.
People in Nebraska City rely on Raymond James to plan for their retirements. Why? Because they help make your money work as hard as you did to earn it. If you want someone you can trust, call Raymond James today, 402-873-7477. If you're not sure you can live comfortably in retirement, call them for a free pre-retirement review at 402-873-7477. Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
There's a whole new way to go Gator. Meet the sleek Midnight Black Special Edition Gator RSX 850i and XUV 825i from John Deere. They blend into the shadows and move like a coming storm. Inventory is limited, so these Gators will be gone soon. Get to your John Deere dealer today. Availability limited to participating dealers. See dealer for details.
Try out the Gator Special Edition at Studite Implement in Syracuse off Highway 50 north of 2, or the Studite Implement near Auburn on Highway 75.
Your home for today's best country and Peru State athletics. KBIE Auburn, Nebraska City. B103 and B103.FM.
And we're back at the Al Wheeler Activity Center. Peru State basketball leads the Evangel University Crusaders right now, 65-63. 40 seconds left to play. Evangel with the ball, passes to Yoakum at the top of the key. He passes to Winger on the side. Winger back to Tillery. Tillery over to the side to Yoakum. Yoakum down the post to Bering. Bering dribbling down, driving. Pass it back out to Chapman. Chapman for 3 is good. 3-pointer, huge 3-pointer from Chapman. With 22 seconds left to play, Chapman over a Peru State defender with a hand in his face. That is a big-time shot from a sophomore guard that came off the bench. And had a huge impact.
I think this is the first lead for Evangel since early in the basketball game.
Since they led 6-2, I think, just at the very beginning of the first half. And Evangel with a quick 30-second timeout here. And they've got a lead now, 66-65. What do you do if you're Peru State's coach? We've seen them the last few possessions. They've kind of been slow. They've been stalling the game out. Now what do you do? 22 seconds left. You wait for one shot?
Well, you've certainly got to be patient. I mean, I've seen so many teams get down to a situation like this, get a little impatient, and make a poor shot. So, Peru State certainly shouldn't take a shot unless it's there.
Yeah.
But Evangel, the last couple of times down with Peru State taking their time, Evangel's played pretty tight under the basket and really hasn't allowed Peru State to go in and get a good shot either.
They've made them shoot that 3-point shot, which Sims has really been the only contributor outside the arc today for Peru State.
Yeah, Sims has had 4 three-pointers, Calvin Thomas with 1, but as far as scoring, it's just in the paint, Peru State's had 14 points in the paint this afternoon, and they've had to go inside to shoot the ball.
And if it comes down to it, if Peru State gets fouled, they're shooting 73% from free throw.
Right.
So they could very well win this on free throws if it comes down to that.
Which would be an irony, because that's how the girls lost their game, was poor free throws.
Exactly. Peru State inbounds the ball. 20 seconds left here to play. Sims gets it at the top of the key. Passes it to Cannon. Thomas to Sims. Sims jumps up, loses the handle of it, passes it off. Skip past the Cannon, in and out. And what a turn of events, in and out on the three-point shot. Almost fell on the rebound. Thompson goes up to get the rebound and is fouled. And that'll be McCary getting called for the foul there. 3.7 seconds left to play here at the Al Wheeler Center. Evangel 66 and Peru State 65. Thompson will go to the line for 2 shots with the game on the line. First shot off the back iron, too strong. So it is 66-65. And Peru State now, head coach Eric Barron's going to call a timeout, a quick 30-second timeout. Make sure they know what they're doing if they get the rebound, get things settled out. 3.7 seconds left here to play. Close ball game. Thompson at the line now, coming off the bench. He's a junior forward from Broward Community College.
Yeah, Peru State right now, 65-66, trailing by 1. Phillip Jackson's had 15 points. Corday Sims 15. They've just had 2 players in double figures. Evangel, Corey Tillery at 16. Brody Wingert at 15, also 15 points. Richard Chapman. They've had 3 players in double figures this afternoon.
Chapman with that huge 3 that gave him the lead.
Absolutely. As mentioned, first lead since early in the game. 3.7 seconds to go.
Couldn't have picked a better time to have a lead. for
Evangel. Yeah, when I was in college here at Peru State in the early 70s, Peru lost to Chadron State, and Chadron State didn't have a lead until after the buzzer. They trailed the entire game. They were down by 1, made a shot. That buzzer buzzed as the ball was in the air. It was good, and Chadron State won by 1 point, but never led during the game.
Well, that's what Peru's hoping to have here.
Yes,
they're hoping to hit that buzzer beater. As Thompson goes to the line for his second free throw attempt. And that's off the front iron. He misses it. Cannon with the rebound. They're going to pass it out. And three-pointer at the buzzer. Thomas with a three-pointer at the buzzer. They're going to have to check to see if
I don't know if the officials called.
They're going to call it off. They're going to say you hit it after the buzzer. I think it took too long.
Yeah.
It took too long. I think the officials got it right in this case, unfortunately.
Right, but that was a great shot. It just was about a tenth of a second. Not enough time on the clock for Peru State this afternoon.
Just a hair too late for Thomas. A huge 3 in the corner.
Yeah, Peru State took the court. They thought they won the game, but then the officials called it off.
Well, yeah, Peru State, one of the officials seemed to think it was good. The head official called it off. And, man, what an outcome. It's an unfortunate outcome for Peru State basketball. But, man, Thomas hitting that 3 at the end. If they would have had even half a second more, it would have been a way different atmosphere.
Right, it would have been a 68-66 victory instead of a 1-point defeat. So
your final here at the Al Wheeler Activity Center, 66-65. Evangel University takes down the Peru State Bobcats. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll continue with post-game coverage. You're listening to Peru State basketball here on B103.
For an athlete, it's about more than just shoes. Brown Shoe knows it's about the total package, and they got you covered from head to toe. Under Armour headbands, t-shirts and shorts, sports bags, Nike Elite socks in all the hottest colors, and shoes in all your favorite brands: Nike, Converse, Adidas, Asics, K-Swiss, Under Armour, Brooks, and New Balance. Whatever your sport, get your game on and gear up at Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Nebraska City.
Syracuse Lumber has the solutions you need to make the winter months go by unnoticed. Keep cold outside and enhance your home with a large selection of Larson storm doors in a variety of styles and colors. Cut heating costs by insulating the areas where cold air sneaks in with CertainTeed blow-in Insul-Safe fiberglass insulation. Syracuse Lumber has all the right tools to get the jobs done and advice for doing them right. Syracuse Lumber in Syracuse, Nebraska can help you stay warm, save money, and improve your home's appearance as Old Man Winter does his thing.
Big Apple News Radio 1600 gives you the insights of high school sports teams every Saturday morning. Live at the Plattsmouth Hy-Vee, Colton Spearman chats with coaches from the Plattsmouth Blue Devils on the Blue Zone at 8. Presented by Hy-Vee in Plattsmouth and Sac Federal Credit Union. Then on Calling All Sports, Andy Wolf catches up with coaches from all around River Country. Live at Valentino's in Nebraska City at 8:30. Connecting you with area prep coaches from all sports. Saturday mornings on Big Apple News Radio 1600.
Fuzzy dice and flame decals, not the image you're looking for? Maybe it's time for a lift, a rough country lift kit. Where can you get one? Henry Motors Service Center. Whether you want your truck or SUV to look bad to the bone, need better off-road performance for weekend jeeping, or want your truck suspension leveled, Henry Motors Service Center is your certified rough country installation center. Lift kits available for all makes. Get the baddest looking rig from a certified specialist at Henry Motors Service Center, Nebraska City, 402-873-6000.
V103 presents Peru State Basketball. Brought to you by Cody's U-Save Pharmacy, Burr Farms Machinery, LeGrand Financial, Brown Shoe Fit, and Syracuse Lumber. Now, let's send you to our B103 sports crew with the live call of Bobcat Basketball on today's best country, V103.
And welcome back to the Al Wheeler Activity Center. Here post-game of our doubleheaders, second one, men's basketball. The Peru State Bobcats fall to the Evangel University Crusaders 66-65. Crazy finish at the end there, Daryl. Thomas just being a tad too late on that three-pointer.
Yeah, it was. Like you said at the game, one of the officials gave the appearance. He thought it was in time, but the head official went ahead and waved the basket off. Peru State led 34-30 at the halftime. They trailed early, but came back to take a halftime lead. Led most of the second half till right at the end. Evangel outscored Peru State 36-31 in the second half today. Peru State 44% from the field, 46% for Evangel. On three-point shots, Peru State was 6 of 15, 5 of 12 for Evangel, very similar in both teams. Peru was 11 for 15 on free throws, 11 out of 18 for Evangel, a slight edge for Peru State there. Both teams had 32 rebounds, and very close on offense and defense. Evangel 7 offensive rebounds to Peru State 6, and Peru State had a 26-25 edge on the defensive rebounds. Peru State had 13 steals this afternoon, and both teams close on turnovers. Peru State 19, Evangel 20. So team fouls 22-18. So there were two very evenly matched teams, but unfortunately Peru State came out behind and has lost 8 straight games to the Crusaders of Evangel. As far as individual scoring this afternoon, we're going to give the player of the game to Corday Sims, who had 20 points this afternoon. He was 4 for 4 at the free throw line. He was 4 for 7 at three-pointers and 6 for 14 from the field. Really a good afternoon. Philip Jackson was 6 for 12 from the field today and 3 for 5 on on free throw shooting. Calvin Thomas also added a three-pointer this afternoon for Peru State. Corday Sims, as I mentioned, with 20. Philip Jackson at 15 led Peru State in scoring. As far as Evangel, they had 3 players in double figures this afternoon. Richard Chapman and Brody Wingard at 15, also 15 points for Cody Tillery. But the big score is 66-65 loss. Peru State nationally ranked Evangel University.
Yep, and that takes Peru State to 1-1 in conference play. And that first home game back, really would have liked to win this one.
Yeah.
And Half-second difference is all it took.
Now, I bet if there would have been 1 or 2/10 of a second more on the clock, I don't see how it couldn't have been a Peru State victory.
Story of the day for sure is Richard Chapman for Evangel coming off the bench, 15 points, hitting the three-pointer to put them ahead near the very end there.
Well, you mentioned he came off the bench and had 15 points. There were only 17 points of bench scoring for Evangel. Chapman had 15 of them. So.
Incredible. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the preview for next week's game here on B103.
People in Nebraska City rely on Raymond James to plan for their retirements. Why? Because they help make your money work as hard as you did to earn it. If you want someone you can trust, call Raymond James today, 402-873-7477. If you're not sure you can live comfortably in retirement, call them for a free pre-retirement review at 402-873-7477. Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
There's a whole new way to go Gator. Meet the sleek Midnight Black Special Edition Gator RSX 850i and XUV 825i from John Deere. They blend into the shadows and move like a coming storm. Inventory is limited, so these Gators will be gone soon. Get to your John Deere dealer today. Availability limited to participating dealers. See dealer for details.
Try out the Gator Special Edition at Studite Implement in Syracuse off Highway 50 north of 2, or the Studite Implement near Auburn on Highway 75.
Winter storm season is here, so get your flashlight, a few candles, your radio, and maybe some licorice for your winter storm survival kit. And this phone number, 402-873-5060. That's the Lumberjack Company. Most damage done to your property during a storm is caused by tree limbs and fallen trees. The weight of ice and snow on limbs can be destructive. The professionals at the Lumberjack Company have been cleaning up after Old Man Winter for over 20 years. When winter weather strikes, call the Lumberjack Company, 402-873-5060.
Your home for today's best country and Peru State athletics. KBIE Auburn, Nebraska City. B103 and B103.FM.
And welcome back to the post-game report here at the Al Wheeler Activity Center. 66-65 was the outcome. Unfortunate for Peru State, but it's early in the season. They have a large streak of games ahead of them here. And next week they play another home game, broadcast on B103. Got a doubleheader, women at 2, men at 4. What do we know about the men's team next week?
Well, Avila, the men's team for Avila is 4-6 right now. They're 0-2 in the conference. They lost this afternoon to Benedictine 59-52. And that was a home game. They traveled to Evangel, Missouri, lost it 63-50. So if you compare scores, Peru State should have a little bit of an edge in that game. But Avila has, Johnson Cedric, he's the number 1 in the nation in steals. He averages 3 steals per game. He's had 28 steals this year. They have a great three-point shooter, number 8 in the country for Brandon Murillo. He's had 29 three-pointers on the season. And Cedric Johnson, we mentioned him on the steals. He's ranked 21 in the country, averaging 19.1 points per game. Offensive rebounds per game, the team is ranked 14th in the country. They have a great turnover margin in the top 20 in that category. So on paper, they look like just an absolutely really tough competition. When you compare scores, which never seems to work out, it should give a slight edge to Peru State.
Yeah, we hope it goes better next week for Peru State.
That's right.
Need another conference win. Peru, Nebraska, Al Wheeler Center here in Peru. Peru State College Bobcat team, 66-65, unfortunate outcome today. I'm Mason Pelchat. This is Daryl Obermeyer signing off. Peru State basketball may be over, but today is best country, B103. Keep it with us. Have a good evening, everyone.
This has been a production of B103 Sports. All broadcast in all or any media form provided by KBIE are the sole property of KBIE. Any retransmission of these broadcasts, whether partial or in its entirety, for commercial or personal use without the expressed written consent of KBIE is strictly prohibited. Thanks for listening to Peru State College Athletics on B103. Bobcat Sports on B103 has been brought to you by Vanderveen and Garacki, Syracuse Senior Housing, Lifetime Vision Center, Studite Implement, Valentino's, Douglas Tire, B. Harsman Harsin Agency Inc., Brent Harsin, American Family Agent, Mosier's You Save Pharmacy, Cody's You Save Pharmacy, Strigo's Southside Body Shop, Burr Farms Machinery, Arbor Bank, LeGrand Financial, and Syracuse Lumber.
Find more coverage of Peru State Athletics at B103.fm and follow B103 on Facebook and Twitter.
Your exclusive home of the Peru State Bobcats is today's best country.
B103.
6:09 here at B103, and I'm the real Gio, and final scores from your doubleheader this afternoon on B103. In the women's game, in the first game of the doubleheader, it was Evangel, the Lady Crusaders, getting the win over the Bobcat women by a score of 79-71. And as you heard right here just a few moments ago, a thrilling victory for the Evangel Crusaders. They get the 1-point victory over Peru State by a score of 66-65. Stay tuned. Coming up after this short timeout, it's Last Call with Clint at B103. Good evening.
Marshall Funeral Chapel invites anyone in the community who has lost a loved one to the Angel Remembrance Service this Sunday, December 7th at 4 p.m. This is a non-denominational service held at Marshall Funeral Chapel in Nebraska City with Father Michael McCabe and Reverend Greg Bolt. Each family will receive a free Christmas tree angel ornament. Again, Marshall Funeral Chapel invites you to this uplifting